AITA for refusing to move my wedding date because my sister decided to file for divorce the same weekend. I, 28F, feel like I'm living in some kind of alternate reality right now, and I desperately need an outside perspective because my family is making me feel like I'm losing my mind. So my fiancé, 30M, and I are getting married in 6 months. This wedding has been in the works for over a year. We've spent countless hours planning, put down deposits, sent out save the dates, and even had some of our guests book flights and accommodations. Everything is locked in. I am beyond excited to marry the love of my life, and I was really hoping this would be a happy time for my family. But apparently, I was wrong, because my sister, 32F, just decided that she's filing for divorce, and she's doing it on the exact same weekend as my wedding. For some background, my sister has been in a rocky marriage for years. Honestly, no one in the family is surprised that she's finally leaving her husband. We all saw it coming. She's been talking about how unhappy she is for what feels like forever. She's had more than one, "I think I'm finally leaving him" moment over the past few years, but every time, she backed out or found a reason to stay. So when she finally announced that she was officially filing, I was actually happy for her. I know this has been a long time coming, and I do want her to be happy. But then she told me she was doing it on my wedding weekend. At first, I thought she just meant she had an appointment with a lawyer around that time. Or maybe she was just finally making the decision. But no, she means she's making a whole thing out of it. Apparently, she wants to file the papers that exact weekend because she sees it as a symbolic fresh start. In her words, it's the perfect time to close one chapter and start a new one. She says that if she waits any longer, she'll feel like she's dragging it out, and she just wants to be done with it. Okay, but why my wedding weekend? Why not literally any other time? When I pointed that out, she gave me some nonsense about how she needs it to be that weekend because it feels right. I still tried to be supportive. I told her I was proud of her for making a decision that was right for her, but I also gently suggested that maybe she could wait a week or do it a little earlier. And that's when all hell broke loose. She got defensive immediately, telling me that I don't understand what she's going through and that I'm so wrapped up in my wedding that I can't see that she's in pain. She said that this isn't just my big weekend. It's hers too, because she's finally getting her freedom back. I was honestly stunned. Like, I'm sorry your marriage didn't work out, but that doesn't mean you get to hijack my wedding to make a statement about it. But it gets worse. My mom is now fully on her side. She actually had the audacity to suggest that I reschedule my wedding so that the family could be there for both of us. I laughed when she said it because I genuinely thought she was joking. But no, she was serious. She said that my sister was going through something traumatic and that as her sister, I should be willing to make a small sacrifice to support her. I lost it. I told her that this wedding has been planned for over a year, that moving it would cost thousands of dollars, and that it's completely unreasonable to expect me to just shuffle things around because my sister chose this weekend to file for divorce. Mom said I was being selfish, that family comes first, that my sister's pain should matter more than my frivolous event. And that's when I snapped. I told her that if my sister's divorce is so important, she can go support her instead of coming to my wedding. And then I hung up. Now, my sister is crying to our mom and anyone who will listen about how I'm making this all about me and not supporting her. Some extended family members are chiming in too, saying that divorce is traumatic and that I should be more understanding. That my sister needs love and support right now, and that I should put my wedding into perspective. Luckily, my fiancé and my dad are both on my side. My dad is furious at my mom and sister. He told me that my sister is being ridiculous and that my mom is enabling her behavior. My fiancé is just as angry and says that there's no way we're changing anything. But now, there's this whole divide in the family. Some people think I'm being heartless. Others think my sister is being selfish. And honestly, I feel like I'm losing my mind. Because from where I'm standing, my sister is absolutely making this about her. She could file those papers literally any other day, but she picked my wedding weekend. And when I refused to change my plans for her, suddenly, I'm the bad guy. I spent the last week going back and forth on this, wondering if maybe I'm being too harsh. But the more I think about it, the more I feel like my sister is just trying to make my wedding about her. Like, what even happens now? Is she going to show up to my wedding dressed in black, making dramatic speeches about her newfound independence? Will she turn the reception into a divorce celebration for herself? Because at this point, I wouldn't be surprised. I just don't understand. My wedding has nothing to do with her divorce. She's making this choice. So why am I being treated like the villain for refusing to cater to her timeline? AITA? Because I feel like this is insane.